everybody. So, full transparency, this is different than what we normally do. This is not an OTS news video. Because I don't know, my foot's pretty messed up right now. Yeah, so I can't really. It's like a whole thing I deal with from time to time. But unfortunately, I can't really like put any pressure on it. And it normally lasts a couple days, and it doesn't happen all the time. It only happens every once in a while. But of course, I decided to do this WrestleMania weekend. So, yeah, I can't really walk. I've been stuck in bed for a couple days. So I'm hoping that this subsides by tomorrow because today is Friday. So tomorrow's obviously day one, night one of WrestleMania. So I'm hoping that this kind of subsides or clears up a bit so that I can kind of move around and enjoy WrestleMania and not be stuck in bed. So yeah, this is not OTS news, because I'm just not feeling great. It's a whole thing, and I don't want to bore you guys with the whole ordeal. But we didn't want to leave you guys hanging because even though I am stuck in bed and I'm annoyed and I'm in a lot of pain, it's still WrestleMania week, still WrestleMania weekend. So I'm still excited. I'm very excited to watch the show. So yeah, we didn't want to leave you guys hanging, but I just don't think I could have sat and done a whole like hour and a half long podcast with my foot being all messed up. So this isn't OTS news, but this is going to be our WrestleMania predictions video, and I'm just going to do it right here. Theo should be recording his version of it as well, and he's going to upload it, and then I'll just splice it together and upload it. So yeah, it's a little different. It's not as fun as us being together on Riverside and actually discussing, but again, we didn't want to leave you guys hanging. That is kind of the best I could do with the circumstances that we're in right now. So, yeah, this is going to be our WrestleMania 42 predictions video. All right, so kicking off the whole thing here Saturday night is going to be the Usos and LA Knight versus Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed. My prediction is that the Usos and LA Knight are going to win. I'm actually excited to see this match solely off of the fact that I enjoy Speed. I think Speed is very entertaining. Seems like a good kid. And very athletic. And I don't think a lot of people know that. So I think it's going to be very surprising to a lot of people what he... Kind of like a Jelly Roll situation. I think he might surprise people with what he's actually able to do. So yeah, I think that's it. I think a great way to start the weekend, start the show, have the babyfaces win. LA Knight definitely needs a win, and the Usos could probably use it too. So yeah, that's going to be my pick for that. Is going to be the Usos and LA Knight. Up next Saturday night is going to be Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. Who I got here? I got Jacob Fatu winning. Drew McIntyre definitely probably needs the win more because he just lost the WWE Championship and whatnot. So he definitely probably could use the win more. But I think it's just going to be a case of this is probably the end of the feud. They're going to let Jacob Fatu win because they obviously have huge plans for Jacob Fatu to just keep making him a bigger and bigger star. So I wish this was Hell in a Cell. I know there was a report a while ago that there may be a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania, which doesn't seem like that's the case. But that would have been cool if this would have been turned into a Hell in a Cell. But I do believe it's an unsanctioned match. I think these guys are going to beat the hell out of each other, and it's going to be a pretty good match. So, yeah, Jacob Fatu is going to be my pick for that match. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. Nia and Lash defending the titles against Charlotte, Alexa, Bayley, and Lyra, and the Bella Twins. Yeah, I think the Bella Twins are going to win this year. I mean, currently, I'm not sure if we have actual confirmation if Nikki Bella is good, but I'm assuming that she is. If not, obviously, we'll probably find out tonight on SmackDown. But I'm going to assume that she is, and they just haven't said it yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go with them. I think that's the whole purpose of this match. Really, is like obviously to get all these girls on the card, but I think that's supposed to be a big WrestleMania moment. Is going to be the Bellas winning the women's tag titles. Obviously, they weren't around when the tag titles came in. They weren't around, not full time at least. So that's always been a thing. What if the Bellas came back and won the women's tag titles? I think it's right here. I'm not even a huge Bella Twins fan. Obviously, I grew up with them, so I do have a bit of kind of like love for them and nostalgia for them and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the Bella Twins win it here, and we get a nice WrestleMania feel-good moment of the Bella Twins finally winning the Women's Tag Team Championships. AJ Lee and Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. AJ Lee, that's my number one, my favorite women's wrestler of like all time. Super excited that she's back and she's been doing stuff. I was super excited when she won the title, but I do think Becky Lynch is going to win here. That's my prediction. I think I don't know, man. I think this is where the feud probably ends. Becky gets one up because Becky's going to be around more, so I think she's going to get the title back, and I think AJ is probably gonna disappear for a little bit. I know she signed a multi-year contract, so I'm not saying this is her last match and she's going to be retiring after this and be done. I think she's still going to be around for a while, but I do think it's she's definitely more on a part-time basis, so I think she's going to lose the title and then disappear for a little bit, maybe come back around like SummerSlam or something like that and start a new program with somebody new. But yeah, I think Becky Lynch is getting the title back. Seth Rollins versus Gunther. I think we've said it on the podcast before. This is probably going to be the best pure wrestling match of the weekend here for WrestleMania. Two of the greatest to do it currently and maybe of all time. Definitely Rollins of all time. And Gunther's definitely on his way to being on that list as well with the performances that he gives. But I do think Rollins is going to win. I know that might be crazy. That might be my wild card because Gunther's just been running through everybody. He literally retired, in a year's span. He's retired Goldberg, John Cena, and AJ Styles. So I think, the odds are that he's going to win. Obviously not retire Seth Rollins, but he's probably going to beat Seth Rollins. But I think there's something about it. I think Rollins is, all those guys, he retired all those guys, but I think all those guys were headed towards retirement. Rollins isn't heading towards retirement, so he's still like a fresh, active, full-time competitor. Not fresh necessarily, because he does have, a lot of injuries and stuff like that he's had. But y'all get what I'm saying. He's still like a full-time competitor. So like, I think it makes a lot of sense if he does win. It's not like, what the hell, how is he winning? I think he's also his character, man. He's like the ultimate opportunist. So it could be very simple, kind of slip on a banana peel kind of thing for Gunther. Runs into exposed turnbuckle kind of thing and takes a curb stomp and loses. So that way he doesn't lose fully like clean of just like taking a curb stomp and that's it. It's like you beat me, but you only beat me because I slipped on the banana peel, and that's what messed me up. So I do think Rollins wins again. Maybe that's my shot in the dark, but I think Seth Rollins walks out of WrestleMania as the winner. I also think he gets his hands on Paul Heyman. I think that's obviously the whole purpose of the feud here is that Rollins wants his hands on Heyman. So I think he does beat Gunther, and I think he finally beats Gunther, and he does get to finally get his hands on that weasel, Paul Heyman. WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Stephanie Vaquer defending against Liv Morgan. These women, man, this program, I'll be honest with you, the story has not been that great. It's been very kind of but it's been very physical. These women have been very physical. Liv and Roxanne have been very physical towards Stephanie, but we saw, I think, last week on Raw, Stephanie, push them into each other, and they legitimately shoot just two bowling pins connecting kind of noise, just like, man, crazy. They both have knots on their head, so it's been very physical, very intense. So I think these women are gonna this isn't a no DQ match, but I think these women are gonna get close to the line with what they can do. I think it's gonna be very physical, very intense. But I think Liv Morgan gets the title back here. I think Stephanie's been on a roll, and she's had the title for a while. But I think Liv Morgan maybe gets the title here, and Stephanie has to claw her way back. I don't know if this is necessarily the end of the feud. I think Stephanie has to claw her way back. The babyface is always best when they're chasing, So I think it just makes Stephanie a bigger babyface and a better babyface if she's crawling to get back to the championship she lost, and they run that rematch at some point. And the main event of night one, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee for some reason. I think Cody retains here. I think they see the backlash and they have no reason to, keep Pat McAfee around. So I think there's just going to be a one and done. Cody wins and moves on. Maybe him and Randy revisit this feud at some point without Pat McAfee. That would be nice. We get to tell that more full story of the mentor-mentee kind of relationship, maybe at like SummerSlam or something like that. But I think here Cody wins and retains the title. There's also, I just saw a report that apparently Randy Orton is he's pretty banged up coming into WrestleMania this weekend. He's not feeling the best, so that could also play into it. Maybe their match isn't going to be super long or super dragged out. It might be shorter than we think, just to try and protect Randy and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't really see a reason. Like, obviously I would love if Randy wins the title because it'd be great, but story-wise, I don't really see a reason why Randy Orton and Pat McAfee are running around with the WWE Championship. It does sound somewhat appealing, but not in this sense. Like, if it was another situation, yes, but clearly the TKO people want Pat McAfee involved, but clearly the fans don't want Pat McAfee involved. So I think if you put the title on Randy, and then we have 6 months of Pat McAfee running around with the WWE Championship, that's, he's got go away heat. He doesn't have good heat. He's got, X-Pac heat. So like, you're just setting yourself up for disaster if you do that. So yeah, I think Cody Rhodes walks out still WWE champion. All right, night 2. The night starts with this crazy, I think, Oba versus Brock Lesnar match that everybody's excited to see. I'm excited to see it. Me and Theo have joked about it. I can't believe we're excited to see a damn Brock Lesnar match in Big 2026. But if there was a Brock Lesnar match to be excited about, this would definitely be the one. I think Obafemi's walking out with the win. That's more of a personal pick. I definitely want Obafemi to win. But I'll be honest with you, if I look from like a what's going to happen standpoint, it would not surprise me if for some reason they stupidly decide to have Brock win. The only way that makes sense is if they get, a rematch and then Oba wins. But in general, they've been known to make dumb decisions anyway, so it wouldn't surprise me if they have Brock win and then there just is no rematch for some reason. But I would love to see Oba win. I think that would do miles and miles and miles for his character if he beats Brock Lesnar in his WrestleMania debut. So yeah, I think Oba's winning it. Praying it doesn't happen to be Brock, but I do think it's gonna be. I'm hoping it's a case of Brock Lesnar rolls up and decides to put his working pants on. I hope he actually wants to work, and it's not gonna be Brock showed up and he didn't feel like doing anything, so the match is 30 seconds. This should be at least 10 minutes of these guys just like locking horns and just going to town. So yeah, I think Oba's winning that. The huge ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm super excited to see this. This is gonna be great. JD McDonough versus Rey Mysterio versus Dragon Lee versus Rusev versus Javon Evans versus Penta, who has the title. This might be a personal bias, but I'm going Javon Evans. Yeah, I mean, Javon Evans, someone I've supported, someone that is like loosely a friend of the pod. I've met him a few times through my best friend who used to tag with him on the Indies. He's always been super cool to me, and very respectful and stuff like that. So I'm obviously going to support him like nothing else. I'm going to support him like crazy. So I think it would mean a lot to him, to me, to my friend. It would mean a lot to a lot of people if Javon Evans walks out with the IC title. So yeah, that's gonna be a pick there. I think Javon Evans wins it. Because honestly, looking at this, the only person I could see winning outside of Javon is just Penta retaining. Because I don't necessarily see them putting the title on any of the other guys. Maybe Dragon Lee, maybe Rusev, but I don't know. I think best bets are either Penta retains or hopefully my pick, Javon Evans wins. Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States Championship. I'm not super excited for this match. I wish, again, we still have SmackDown tonight, so hopefully maybe something changes, but I do wish they would have added Melo in and made it a triple threat match. But I think Trick wins. I think that's all it is. They only put the title on Sami because they need to get like Sami Zayn on WrestleMania, But other than that, I don't see a reason that Sami Zayn walks out still U.S. champ. I think Trick Williams wins it, and we get a cool WrestleMania moment of him holding the U.S. title up. But if Melo's not in the match, hopefully he gets involved in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I think Trick Williams is winning the U.S. title. Finn versus Dom, or Demon Finn versus Dominic Mysterio. I'm intrigued to see this because I feel like the build's been a little underwhelming. And I hate when they announce that the Demon is, they officially showed the graphic with the Demon Finn Balor. I hate that. They should have, obviously they allude to it, which obviously they need to do. But I wish officially that they would not announce it and he would just, we would see it when it happens. But, yeah, I think Finn Balor's going to win. I think it'd be kind of stupid, even though they've done it before. It'd be kind of stupid to have him pull out the Demon gimmick just to lose, And it's one thing if he pulled out the Demon gimmick to face the Fiend, who's like this unstoppable force. But like to pull out the Demon facing Dom and to lose against Dom would really just like kind of kill Finn's character. So I think it makes the most sense for Finn to win, especially as the Demon. So Finn's going to be my pick there. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship. I got full confidence on Rhea here. I'm not a huge Jade Cargill guy. I don't think she's necessarily a great wrestler. I understand her purpose there. She's kind of got the Goldberg deal, but I don't like Goldberg either. So I think Rhea walks out as champion. That's a personal hope, but I also just feel like that's more likely. Jade's had the title for a little bit now, and the run's been pretty lackluster. I don't think anybody's been saying Jade Cargill's got a great run. But if anything, I'm hoping that Rhea Ripley, being as good as she is, can carry Jade to an incredible match. I think that's our best bet. I think our best bet there is that she's able to pull Jade to a good match. That's my hope, is that they actually do get to have a banger. But yeah, I think Rhea's walking out as WWE Women's Champion. Uh, Obviously, you have the BFAB Michin aspect. I think that they'll get involved, and I think that's where EO will get involved, because apparently EO versus Asuka is not on Mania, which is annoying. But yeah, I think EO maybe gets involved, chases them off, and Rhea wins the championship. And our main event of the whole weekend, the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk defending against Roman Reigns. I got CM Punk winning. Again, more of a personal pick, but also logically, I think makes sense. Obviously, it still could be that Roman comes in and just dominates and beats Punk, but I don't know. To me, Roman winning a championship again, what's going to happen? He's going to win the world title and hold it for 3 more years. I don't know. That seems to be the only aspect, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think CM Punk is going to be able to power through and beat him for the championship, retain the title.
Ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and cool cats, it is I, Theo Bebop, of the OTS Project and the Cousins of the Cosmos podcast. It is a beautiful Friday morning this morning, and today we are here at the end of the road to WrestleMania. WrestleMania 42 is finally here this weekend on both Saturday and Sunday. And with that, it is not just time for the biggest wrestling show of the year. It is also time for the biggest prediction battle of the year for the OTS project. It'll be me going against my cousin, the champion, the current OTS champion, Kyle Bridger. And not just one, but two prediction battles. Each night will be a separate prediction battle as it was last year for WrestleMania 42. It'll be the exact same way this year for WrestleMania 42. It's not just two nights of wrestling. It's not just two different prediction battles. It is two different chances that I have to finally get back the OTS championship from my cousin. I've got two chances to do it, and I like my odds this time around. I really, really do. There are a lot of great matches scheduled for this weekend. We have currently a total of 13 matches, which is a little bit different than usual WrestleMania. Usually it's 7 and 7, 7 on night 1, 7 on night 2. But as it currently stands, there are only 6 matches for night 2 of WrestleMania 42. If anything comes up, if anything happens tonight on SmackDown, as that still does have to happen, we will let you guys know on social media of what our prediction will be for the possible 7th match of Night 2 of WrestleMania 42. But as it currently stands, there are only 13 matches to predict. And there are a lot of good matches ahead of us. There are also kind of a few matches that I'm not particularly looking forward to, but overall, it is a very exciting time to be a wrestling fan. This is the biggest wrestling weekend of the year. I'm very excited to get into it. I know my cousin is very excited, as I know that millions of wrestling fans around the world are also very excited for this weekend. So, with that being said, I think we just go straight into it. I have pulled up right here both the night 1 card and the night 2 card. I'm just going to go straight through. I'm just going to get right into it here. We're going to start off here with, I believe, the opening match of night 1, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. I got to be honest, I'm very not I don't want to say I'm not excited for this match, because I feel like it will generally be a good match. It's just it feels odd, you know what I mean? It's just an odd feeling match. Um this one is actually, I think, a little bit one of the more harder ones to predict here, cuz Logan Paul, as much as people don't like him, does tend to have a pretty good WrestleMania record if I remember correctly. I know he won last year. I know he won with the Miz against the Mysterios a few years back. He's got a pretty good track record when it comes to WrestleManias. That being said, the Usos are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Jey Uso himself has had just an incredible past few years, just blowing up in popularity. Same thing for LA Knight. Even though LA Knight has not gotten the push that I and a lot of other wrestling fans would have wanted, he is still one of the biggest stars in the company. That being said, I see no reason why the Usos and LA Knight don't pick up the win here. I think this is going to be a quick, clean match, maybe like 10, 15 minutes. I think Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed can get some good moves in. I think they get some good moments in. But I think at the end of the day, Usos and LA Knight are winning this match. Again, it's kind of hard to predict, but I really don't see any other way around it. I think these three are going to be winning this match here. That's going to be my first pick, Usos, LA Knight. Next up, We have Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. I like Jacob Fatu a lot. I like Drew McIntyre a lot. I like unsanctioned matches a lot. On paper, this match should be one of my most favorite matches going into WrestleMania this year. But man, am I just really not excited for it. I really have not cared for the story that much. I really feel like these two guys really deserve a lot more than this match, in my opinion. But with that being said, I mean, these two are just absolute machines. They are going to go absolutely crazy in this kind of match, especially when it's unsanctioned. Blood will most likely be spilled, and I will be there excited to see it happen. And while both these guys really do have an equal chance of winning, I might be honest here. I love Drew McIntyre, but I think Jacob Fatu has this match in the bag. I mean, he has had an incredible past year or two here in WWE. He is very, very popular. I think this is the year we're going to be seeing a Jacob Fatu push into the World Championship scene here. I think he absolutely needs it. I think he absolutely deserves it. He is just an absolute chaos menace machine, and I think he's got this match in the bag. I do think it's going to be a hard-won victory for sure. I don't think Drew McIntyre is just going to give it over very easily, but I think Jacob Fatu has this match for sure in the bag here. Next up, ooh, we have probably one of the best matches on the entire card here, ladies and gentlemen. This match I know is very, very exciting for a lot of people here. This is the Women's World Championship match between champion Stephanie Vicaire versus the Royal Rumble winner of this year, I believe, if I remember correctly. My memory is a bit fuzzy, but I'm fairly certain she won the Royal Rumble, of Liv Morgan. This is probably one of the most exciting matches on the entire card. A lot of people are very excited to see this match. Stephanie Vicaire has been an incredible women's world champion over the past few months, has had some great title events, great story. Just an all-around incredible wrestler. I've really enjoyed seeing where she's her entire journey through NXT and now her entire journey through the main roster. She's been doing incredible stuff. That being said, Liv Morgan is my pick here for a good number of reasons. I think Liv Morgan really holds all the cards here. I'm not even the biggest Liv Morgan fan, and I can tell you right now, Liv Morgan's winning this match. She has all the cards stacked against Stephanie Vicaire. She's been rage baiting Stephanie Vicaire for months now, pretty much. Ever since she won the Royal Rumble, she's pretty much just been rage baiting Stephanie Vicaire, just getting her all sorts of riled up, all sorts of unfocused. It's not going to be a very easy win fight, but she is definitely going to win this fight, especially seeing as how prevalent she is in the Judgment Day. Judgment Day shenanigans always ensue every single time. Raquel Rodriguez is probably going to be involved in this match some way or another. Roxanne Perez is going to be involved in this match some way or another. And I think with all the cards stacked against Stephanie, I cannot see her winning this match. As much as I would love it, I would love to see Stephanie go on to win this match and have it continue to have an incredible title run. But I think Liv Morgan's got in the back here. She's incredibly popular. A lot of people like her. She's a great performer. Has a lot of friends at her side. There's really no disadvantage that Liv Morgan has coming into this match. I feel like she easily has this match in the bag. I'm giving it to Liv Morgan. Quick water break. Make sure to drink when you guys talk a lot. Water is very important. Stay hydrated this weekend and just in general. Next up, we have another banger women's championship match here for the Women's Intercontinental Championship with AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. Talk about two legends that have been in this business for a very, very long time. Two incredible performers. Becky Lynch has this. I'm sorry. Becky Lynch is just incredible. She's one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. If not the greatest women's wrestler of all time. I mean, it's not just her saying it. Sports Illustrated is saying it. Everybody's saying it. I think Becky Lynch has this in the bag, especially seeing, or just kind of, I guess, knowing with how inconsistent AJ Lee can be showing up. I don't know if she's exactly full-time at this point. I don't know if she ever will be again. But I can see a lot more beneficial opportunities, not just for Becky Lynch, but for the entire women's roster if she leaves WrestleMania 42 as Intercontinental Champion. Not that I wouldn't want AJ Lee to win. Of course, I'd want AJ Lee to win. She's incredible, but I think there's just a lot more better opportunities to be had with Becky Lynch coming out of here Intercontinental Champion. So I'm going to give this match to Becky Lynch. Another women's championship match. We have a lot of women's championship matches here happening on night one. They're really just, women are just taking over night one of WrestleMania, and I'm honestly loving it here. We have the Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Champions Nia Jax and Lash Legend are going to be defending their tag team titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and Nikki and Brie Bella, the Bella Twins. This is going to be another hard one to predict. Fatal four ways are very hard to predict. There's a lot that could happen here. There's a lot of variables here. There's a lot of great teams here. This has honestly been a very interesting feud going into WrestleMania because they're just beating the crap out of each other each and every single week. They're just getting involved in all their matches and stuff like that. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I think I've been seeing that a lot of people are picking the Bellas to win this match. And while I don't necessarily disagree with that assessment, I'm going to be 100% honest here. As much as I love title changes at WrestleMania, I think Nia Jax and Lash Legend might be taking the titles back home with them at WrestleMania 42 here. I think they may get this in the bag. A lot of these other teams here are very, very good, but I also think that a lot of these teams here are built up on some shaky history, if you will. I think they're aligned for now, but in terms of Nia Jax and Lash Legend, I feel like not only is there just a little more of a stable ground with that team, but I mean, they are just two big heavy hitters here. I mean, like, all three of these other teams are going to have to work really, really hard to take down the team of Nia Jax and Lash Legend here. But that being said, I think they could easily overpower these other three teams. I think they could absolutely retain the tag team championship, and they've had a pretty good, solid run with the tag team. I'm not going to be honest, or I will be honest. Sorry, they've been doing a pretty good job of this, being champions here. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm giving it to Nia Jax and Lash Legend before I just completely just lose my brain here. I think they got it in the bag. Ooh. I think people are undermining this match a little bit. I think these two guys are incredible. This is the match of Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Talk about two guys that have had a very interesting year the past year. Seth Rollins, I mean, what's there to say about Seth Rollins? He's one of the best in the business for sure. Just one of the best all-around wrestlers I've ever seen. Not just in WWE, but just in general. This guy can do everything. This guy's always been interesting. This guy's put on more good matches than most. He's just an incredible wrestler. But you got to understand it. I'm going to be a little bit biased here. I do love Gunther. I love Gunther a lot. He's one of my favorite guys on the roster. And just look at the past year he's had. Retiring Bill Goldberg. Retiring the GOAT John Cena. Retiring another GOAT in AJ Styles. This man has been on a warpath of retiring legends like he was Randy Orton 20 years ago as the legend killer. We got a new legend killer on the hands here, people. We got a man that's just retiring people left, right. Randy Orton needs to watch out. Rey Mysterio needs to watch out. These are also guys that are legends in the business, that have been in the business for a long time. They need to watch out. But as it currently stands, his next opponent is going to be Seth Rollins, who also needs to watch out. Because I'm giving this match to Gunther. I don't see how you can retire all of these legends here and then go and lose to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I think Gunther has this in the bag. I don't think he's going to make Seth Rollins tap, per se. But I don't think Seth Rollins really stands much of a chance here. I think Gunther is just on a warpath, and I don't think that's going to stop with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Gunther's got this match in the bag. And that leads us to our night one main event. The undisputed WWE Championship is on the line of Cody Rhodes versus Pat McAfee. I mean, Randy Orton. Sorry, Randy Orton. I mean, yes, I kind of almost forgot he was in this rivalry, which is very unfortunate to say because I was very much so looking forward to this rivalry. I think this rivalry could have been incredible, but I'm not in the minority here of saying that they've been kind of shit in the bag with this rivalry here. I really wish I was more excited for this match. I'm going to be honest, this is really one of the matches I'm not as excited for because I think they've just been really fumbling with the whole rivalry of this. Getting Pat McAfee overly involved has really just been a piss poor decision in my opinion. I don't really understand why they're doing it, but as it being said, this is still the main event. There is still some excitement to be had. These are both incredibly legendary wrestlers, both very, very good in the ring. And I do still believe that there's a chance that this match could very well be one of the best on the card. At the same time, I do also believe that this could be one of the worst matches on the card. Because, I mean, like, Cody Rhodes has been the face of the business for years at this point. Randy Orton is a legend that's been in this game for over 20 years and has an incredible career. Everything should be pointing towards this being a very good match. At the same time, I and a lot of people have been saying the exact same thing about Cody Rhodes versus John Cena at WrestleMania 41, and that match was a stinker, which also had a celebrity at ringside interfering in that match as well. So, I don't want to say it'd be coincidental, but it's very shaky to where this match could really be really, really good or really not that great. I'm hopeful that's going to be really good, but my predictions would say otherwise. That being said, getting that all out of the way, I think Randy Orton has this match. I don't see Pat McAfee getting heavily involved in this rivalry and not helping Randy get the win here. That being said, also as well, I think Cody is just really getting into the acting space. I think it may be too much to where it's harder to juggle all the acting that he's doing and all the wrestling that he's doing, which I don't really like at all. But that being said, I think Randy's got this match. I think he's winning night one of WrestleMania. I think he's walking out there with his 15th world title win with Pat McAfee at his side. Unfortunately, but I think that's just how it's gonna go here. But that is not all the wrestling that we got here. Though night one might end in a bit of a disappointment, night two has a lot of good matches as well, and it looks like we're going to be starting with an absolute banger of a match here. Probably the match I'm most looking forward to here, which is a little bit surprising given who's in this match. But that is the match of Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. If you were to tell me 10 years ago that the match I'd be most looking forward to at WrestleMania was a Brock Lesnar match, I'd be out of your mind. And that was before all the allegation stuff. But even still, I hope that this isn't going to be a 5-minute squash match. I hope that they give them 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes to just absolutely beat the ever-living crap out of each other. I think this could easily be the best match of the weekend here in Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. That being said, as much as a dominant machine that Brock Lesnar is, as much pain as he can dish out to any and all opponents of any size, including Obafemi's, I don't think I see him winning this match. I am all for Obafemi winning this match. I think Obafemi winning this match would be a huge boost and lead to a huge push for this guy, which I think he absolutely needs and deserves. This man is just absolutely incredible. He's already proven to be one of the best big men in the history of this company. I am chips all in on Obafemi here. I think he should. I don't think he's going. Not only do I think he's going to win the match, I think he should win the match. Absolutely. I think he's got this. He's got this match. He's got this match for sure. Next up, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line in a 6-man ladder match. We've got Penta, we've got Javon Evans, we've got Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio, all in a 6-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. It's going to be a banger. What are we talking about? Everybody in this match is incredibly impressive one way or the other. We've got legends, we've got newcomers, we've got high flyers, we've got big guys. There's just so much here that could happen, so much crazy action that can happen here. Give them another 15, 20 minutes, and they're going to give us an absolutely incredible ladder match here. It's also incredibly hard to predict because a lot of these guys could very well win this championship. I can see a lot of people win this championship here. That being said, there are two guys that I have my eyes on the most in this match, and that is Penta, who is the current champion, and Javon Evans. Javon Evans has had an incredible year, just like Obafemi, just like a lot of other people on this card. There have been a lot of great years for a lot of these people on these cards here. But I think as incredible as Javon Evans is, I might have Penta retaining this championship here. I think Penta really has not had this title for too long, but I think if you were to give him this title for a good while, have him run with this title, I think he can have an absolutely incredible Intercontinental title run here. I'm going to give it to Penta. I like Penta a lot. Penta's incredible. He's had an incredible year or two here in WWE. And I say let him run with it. Especially if he's winning this 6-man match, I think that's going to be a very good push to be like, hey, keep your eyes on Penta. Because if this man's winning a match like that and retaining a championship like that, who knows what else he's going to be facing here in the future that he's going to be able to win here. Like, just put your chips in on Penta, push him to the moon. I think that's the route you go here. I'm going to give it to Penta. Oh. Wow. Okay. The next two matches here are matches that I am really not looking forward to. We're going to be starting off here with the WWE Women's Championship match of Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. I will say, as much as I don't like how pushed to the moon Rhea Ripley has been, I'm kind of a bit over it at this point. Rhea Ripley can wrestle with anybody. I think she's really just one of those fluid wrestlers that can just go toe-to-toe with anybody or anything in a ring at this point in any kind of match. Rhea Ripley's going to put on a good match 9 times out of 10 here. But that being said, Jade Cargill here has really just done absolutely nothing impressive for me in her time in WWE. She has held this title for way too long. It has been just such a very drab and boring title run. It's been very unfortunate to see for the entire women's division on SmackDown that she is still champion. I honestly don't know how it's been this long, but man, has it just been very, very slow and unfortunately boring here. I need Rhea Ripley to win this match. Not so much because I want to see Rhea Ripley be women's champion, but more so just because this women's division absolutely needs a new champion and one that can actually put on good matches and make the title interesting, because I don't think Jade Cargill has been doing that at all. My pick here is going to be Rhea Ripley. And then, of course, we have probably honestly my least favorite match going into the entire weekend here of the United States Championship of Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. It is not unknown to the OTS project or the Cousins of the Cosmos podcast that I am very much so not a fan of Sami Zayn at all. Outside of his stuff with the Bloodline, I have really just not been too impressed with anything Sami Zayn here. Maybe some NXT, so I think he did some good stuff in NXT, but again, that was over 10 years ago at this point, so it's a little bit forgettable here and there. But he is somehow walking into WrestleMania here as United States champion, even though Carmelo Hayes has been an incredible United States champion for months and absolutely deserved this WrestleMania spot against someone that he has great amount of history with. I really don't know why they pulled the trigger on this. This is absolutely just nonsensical at this point. I'm giving my pick to Trick Williams, not because I think Trick Williams is going to win, because I need Trick Williams to win, because not only do I think that Trick Williams does deserve a good mid-card title win here, I think he's had a pretty decent year the past year, but I just need Sami Zayn to lose. I just need him to lose. That's what I want more than anything. A Sami Zayn loss is a win for Theo Bebop. That will always be true. Our fifth match of the night here that we've got so far is going to be Finn Balor, Demon Finn Balor returning. If I could speak, that'd be nice. Demon Finn Balor returning to face Dirty Dominic Mysterio. It is also not a secret. I have kind of been a Dirty Dom glazer over the past year. I think it's been deserving. I think he's been one of the best superstars on the entire roster. I think he's been putting on interesting storylines, interesting matches. This guy's just been having it all, doing it all over the past year. And it's hard not to like him, man. It's so hard not to like him. He's just so incredible at everything he does. That being said, I'm giving it to Finn Balor for the sole reason that Finn Balor absolutely needs a reason here. If you're going to bring back Demon Finn Balor after, 3 years at this point, just to have him lose? If that happens, Finn, I honestly think you need to pack it up and go somewhere else. But go to AEW, go somewhere else. If you're bringing back the Demon and still losing, I don't know what to tell you, man. I honestly don't. You need this win now more than ever, because a few mid tag team championships run with the Judgment Day over the past few years is really not wins. I'm going to be 100% honest here. They are very forgettable title runs. You need an actual legitimate win. And if you're bringing back the Demon, now more than ever is the time to get that win. You need to be Dominic Mysterio here. My pick is going to be Finn Balor for this match. And that Lita. Just Lita. Nothing else. That leads us to our main event of the weekend. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line in the main event of Night 2 of WrestleMania 42. Champion CM Punk is going up against the Royal Rumble winner, Roman Reigns. I like both these guys a lot. I like CM Punk a lot. I like the Tribal Chief a lot. This is really going to be a hard one to pick here, because CM Punk has been having a very incredible title run, I will say. Probably one of the best title runs that we've been getting over the past year here with the World Heavyweight Championship. It has been very, very enjoyable to see who he's been fighting, the storylines that have been happening. I think there's been some very good promos to come out of him over the past year, especially towards Roman Reigns. We just got that pipe bomb like a week or two ago. That was pretty good. But we're here. It is time. I have to pick someone. And if I'm going to be honest, I'm picking Roman Reigns to win this match. I'm picking the Tribal Chief here. CM Punk has kind of been letting me down most picks than not. And now more than ever, I really just do not see him winning this match here. I think Roman Reigns is going to be ending WrestleMania 42 here with the World Heavyweight Championship in his hand. I think he's going to be winning this match. I think he's got it in the bag. I think some Samoan shenanigans are going to ensue, just like some Judgment Day shenanigans would ensue. I don't know if it's going to be the Usos. I don't know if it's going to be The Rock. I don't know if it's going to be the MFT. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think some Samoans are going to be coming out here to help Roman Reigns win this championship match here for WrestleMania 42. Those are my predictions, people. Again, if there is a 14th match scheduled later tonight, we will let you guys know. But I think it's going to be a pretty good weekend overall. I think we got a lot of good matches here set up. Very, very exciting stuff. WrestleMania, obviously one of the biggest weekends of the year, not just for us here at OTS, but for millions of wrestling fans around the world. That being said, I think just stay safe out there, Stay safe. If you're going to be traveling to Las Vegas, stay safe. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the weekend. Obviously, shout out to the WNRN for obviously everything they do for us here at OTS Project and the Cousins of the Cosmos. And we will see you guys after WrestleMania 42. We'll see how it goes. Will I win the championship? Will I win the championship and then lose it the next night? We will find out. Have a great weekend, everybody. And stay cool, cats.
All right, so that's our WrestleMania predictions. The OTS Championship is on the line. It's over there. I can't get it right now, but the OTS Championship is on the line. Once again, will Theo be able to finally have it more than just one night? Because if you guys remember, last year he won. The only time he's won the championship was WrestleMania Night 1 last year. And then he came back to my house with the championship and lost at night 2. And that's the only time he's won the championship. He's literally had it for one night, which is the most Theo thing to do, which is hilarious. So we'll have to see. Is he going to do it again? Is he not going to do it all? Or is he going to walk out both nights with the championship? We'll have to see. But yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. Are you excited for WrestleMania? What are your predictions? Yeah, get excited. WrestleMania is the most fun time of the year for wrestling fans. So we're excited, and we'll see you guys next time.